of comments that people were making about SZA's music and how quote unquote low vibrational or unrelatable it is because she's not healed yet and she needs to grow the hell up. She's 30. Hey guys, it's your girl Cameron and I'm back at it again with another video. And today we are going to be talking about relatability in music and why it seems like now it is so difficult for consumers to be happy with music because of relatability factors. Now this comes off the heels of SZA releasing SOS, and there was a lot of conversation about SZA's healing journey. People saying that I can't relate to this anymore. I'm not who I was 5 years ago. Taking the music so literal to a point where they write off the album and they create a whole campaign on Twitter, a whole train or a trend on Twitter basically saying that like SZA's low vibrational and is not evolved. And this sparked this discussion on music consumption and how necessary it is for the consumer to directly relate to music or to a song. I think this personally fits into a bigger conversation about people's recent needs for things to be very relatable. We do this with music, with YouTubers, with content creators and celebrities. How fast we dispose of things or hate on it when we can't relate to it anymore. Like, comment down below, what do you guys think of relatability in music particularly? Is that necessary for you? Or do you feel like people take it a little too far? Please hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more content like this, and let's just get straight into the commentary. So let's talk about the rise in relatability. With content creation on the rise in the 2010s, we had more accessibility to the world around us, and we could find creators like us, right? We were seeing musicians especially gain their fame on social platforms. I've mentioned this in other videos, but a Justin Bieber and Ella Mai, where people could connect to seemingly normal people with talent or with appeal and really find themselves, sorry y'all, they're taking trash, or see themselves in someone with so much potential and quote unquote relatability because they live like you and I. And everything wasn't so gatekept like it once was before. For instance, celebrities were so gatekept. I talked about how celebrities are in their flop era in a previous video, and there was this mystique around celebrities at the time. So it was very special to have people who were in that in between. You're in this world, but you're not quite in it, but you're still normal, but people know who you are. This made the consumer and the creator closer than ever before, which create a relationship of we're on this journey together. You haven't changed, I have, so I'll leave you behind, or I can't relate to you anymore. And we've seen this, again, not just in music, but with content creators. Time and time again, there's been this whole conversation about like, hey, you're out of touch, but like, what do you expect when their lifestyle changes? So relatability has been something that's become marketable and profitable in our modern day social media driven society. Now, how does music and relatability fit into this conversation? Art is a spectrum. Music can cater to so many different emotions, topics, and feelings, and artists are multidimensional. Artists can make songs about things that deeply relate to them, but they can also make music about, I don't know, something that never even happened. You can create a whole world in your music. An artist could write a song about something that happened years ago, or in their world, what might have happened yesterday. When people jump to the conclusion, I can't listen to this because she isn't healed and I'm in a much better space, I'm kind of like, look, you must not be that healed then if you can't listen to a song without you feeling like it's going to take you back there. And so as someone who can't relate to a lot of SZA's relationship issues or Summer's baby daddy problems, that doesn't mean that I can't enjoy it. I feel it in the music, I feel it in my soul, and I enjoy it. I don't need to sit up here and relate to every single word you're saying for me to feel the music. For me as a consumer, and this is one thing I want to ask you guys, I listen personally to music to feel things, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be relatability. That is not what I'm looking for in my music. Yes, does relatability sometimes hit harder? We all have a song that we can feel on a different level. Absolutely. But to me, that's not what makes a good song for me or makes it consumable for me. I like the idea of artists like yes, take me into your world, give me an experience, create something I've never experienced so that I can feel a wide range of emotions. To me, art is fun and art is about life, or it can be made up. It can be fiction, it can be nonfiction. So yeah, when y'all say I want R&B singers to be crying and singing in the rain like they used to, but then when they sing somber songs about desperation and wanting to be loved, y'all are the same people who are sitting here like, ugh, she's so desperate. For instance, a lot of people had a lot to say about SZA's last album. One lyric being, I'd rather be in jail than alone from Kill Bill. The whole F2F song, right? And I'll pinpoint a few other examples of comments that people were making about SZA's music and how quote unquote low vibrational or unrelatable it is because she's not healed yet and she needs to grow the hell up. She's 30. SZA also made this comment, I don't want to be your girlfriend, I just want to be your person. I made a comment about that line in my review, but it was like a silly comment. It wasn't like, oh, I can't listen to this because, ugh, girl, you're desperate. And then Summer Walker's also often put into this category. She says a lot of crazy shit. I'll go to hell in jail about you, boy. That got a lot of side eyes, which, okay, like you can have your opinion, but these lines were met with scrutiny. I would argue that a lot of it is simply an expression or a metaphor or a hyperbole, similar to someone saying, I can't breathe when you aren't around me. Like, it's not literal. I'm gonna die if you break up with me. It's not literal, it's an expression. And a lot of that expression is expressed in previous music, like in old R&B. A lot of the qualities that people desire in new age music is the desperation, is the pleading, is the contemplation, is the dramatic emotion. So then when people are giving that to us now, everybody's healed and everyone's on their spiritual journey, that they act like they're too good to listen to music that portrays a wide range of emotion. And not to mention with SZA's album, particularly, she had a lot of different moods on the album, a lot of different subject matter and perspectives. So a lot of people see what they want to see. And again, that's where I say the consumer is also lazy, because you guys preach you want relatability, you want this, you want that, but then you make a whole commentary on a whole body of work, and it's clear you didn't listen to it, because if you did, like SZA said, you wouldn't be talking like this right now. Like, artists could be writing about something that they experienced 5 years ago. They could be writing about something, again, that they experienced yesterday, a month ago, 10 years ago. Like, they're grown. It could have been something that happened when they were younger. Yes, if something's not for you, absolutely. But to create a campaign on something that's just not based in fact, basically saying that someone's whole body of work or whole album is just desperate and she's pathetic and she needs to grow up and she needs to heal. Are you a therapist? I think it's a projection. And yes, I could be taking it too seriously, but as someone who's a creative and I create art myself, it is very personal. You're being very vulnerable when you put something out there, and for people to view it so uncritically is annoying. Lazy consuming. And the other thing that I do have an issue with when it comes to the relatability topic, when it comes to more vulnerable music like R&B, rhythm and blues, people are like, you're desperate, I can't relate to this, she's pathetic, she needs to grow up, she needs self-esteem, she has none. A lot of these same people, you're saying I can't relate, but you listen to music talking about gangbanging, killing people, drugs, and getting bitches. And I'm sure half of y'all cannot relate to half of that. So my point is, you can look at that style of music as just lyrics, right? It's not necessarily low vibrational. You can just bop to this and enjoy it. But when it comes to emotional music, like the Summer Walkers, the Jhené Aikos, Kehlani, SZA, it's met with people's nose turned up to the idea of someone begging for love in desperation or down bad. You take yourselves too seriously. Again, if you can listen to rap music and separate fact from fiction and not apply it to your life, why are we pinpointing and categorizing someone's whole body of work as something that's unrelatable and desperate? Desperate enough to where you can't listen to it, that you don't like it, that you feel like it's not good. For consumers, I think people should just try to enjoy art as art. Like, I'm not saying you have to have replay value in SZA's album if you're not feeling it like that. But people are so loud and wrong on the internet that they say something and they run with it, and then everybody runs with it. Everything doesn't have to connect to you deeply for it to be a good body of work or for it to be an interesting or valuable or good song. And if you only like music or things you can relate to, cool. But don't shame artists and create a bandwagon because something isn't appealing to you. Guys, these people real art. This is their lives. They're creatives. And just because you aren't feeling something, even again, you probably ain't listened to the whole project. It's messy. It's very messy to just go around and just be telling stories because you don't like something. Everything isn't about you, and it don't have to be catered to you. Not as much as you think you know these artists and you feel like you know them on a deep level and you feel connected to them. I know with SZA, a lot of people feel very connected to SZA's first body of work, Control. I know I do because it was a coming of age album for a lot of us. Stepping into our adulthood, stepping into our 20s. So I totally get that, but you don't know these people. With relatability, there's a fine line. Yes, you can feel like you relate to someone and you understand somebody, but at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that you know them. I just feel like consumers need to stop being lazy, but also stop being so entitled to what artists make or what they do personally. Like, you're a spectator. Yes, we're allowed to expect things from our artists, but I feel like fair critique is cool. I'm all about critique. But when it's just critique for critique's sake and you looking for a problem, don't be lazy. So that's my thoughts on music and relatability. Like, comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Side note that you guys enjoy my new intro and outro created by me, but I'm very proud of what I created. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.